So I lost my vision gradually over time since I was born. I've been wearing contacts and glasses since the age of 4, but I really had a dramatic loss of sight around the age of 25, so about 2.5 years ago. And it was around that time that we realized we needed to up my visual aids in terms of switching from an identifier cane to a proper mobility cane, and then subsequently applying to get a guide dog. So the first day I met Banner, I'll never forget it. It was just a really surreal and incredible experience. I remember the night before just sitting in my room and looking around and looking at the floor near my bed going, there's going to be a giant dog sleeping in here tomorrow. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have this big dog and it's a huge responsibility and it's going to be life-changing and incredible. So it was a lot of excitement and nerves all jumbled up together. And yeah, so we walked to the park and there was a lovely trainer there waiting for us. And yeah, I've got to meet Banner and I was just so excited because he just looked so sweet with his waggy tail and he just wanted to give you cuddles immediately, and he was just so soft. And then I just got to take him home and it was just the most wonderful and surreal moment, just sitting there going, all right, this is the next chapter of my life starting. I have a guide dog, this is going to be incredible. And yeah, it was just a really wonderful moment. And it was quite funny because, you know, for the first couple of weeks, they want to make sure the bond between you and the guide dog is really strong. So that meant that only I in my household was supposed to be interacting with him, patting him, feeding him, just for the first 2 weeks. And my mum is a huge dog fan, and so that was really hard for her to just keep herself back, but totally worth getting that bond sorted. Banner has certainly changed my life in more ways than I would have originally anticipated. Not only has he helped me build up my confidence in terms of traveling, whether that be on a bus or going through the city and, you know, walking through very busy areas, he also is just a massive emotional support. He really is just the sweetest creature and he's just lovely, and we just have the most wonderful time. We go on such brilliant adventures. We do the coast walk Bondi to Bronte all the time. He's been on 10 aeroplane flights now, having gone with me to Noosa and to Melbourne and even to one of my conventions because I'm a cosplayer, so that was a lot of fun to have him with me there. And yeah, he's just a real breath of fresh air at a time where I was feeling quite pent up at home and stressed about going blind, and it's just been a huge relief to have him in my life. He's just incredible. Banner and I have certainly faced a few learning curves over the last 2 years. I mean, the first obvious one for me was switching from cane to canine, because the feedback from using a cane versus using a guide dog is totally different, and it is definitely a matter of trust. We are a team. It's not him doing all the work or me doing all the work. We have to really have learnt to work well together, and for me to really respect him and his needs, we have had to deal with a lot of unwanted attention in terms of people petting the dog or whistling or trying to get his attention while working, and learning to stick up for myself a lot more thanks to that. And also dealing with people who don't understand the etiquette of, or petiquette of, having their dogs on leashes or off leash around Banner and the space that he needs while he's working. And it's just also basically been an opportunity to help educate the public more, which I am very grateful for as well. Access for guide dogs is a really important thing to talk about and to remember, because unfortunately, although it's a legal requirement for him to come with me pretty much everywhere, there's a little bit of a lack of education in the community, or just a lack of understanding. So they don't always know that guide dogs are allowed, and they just have a point blank no dogs allowed policy. And I always understand that there will be people who are just, you know, not in the know, and it's always a very polite conversation from my end. All us handlers of guide dogs carry certificates to show that we're a handler, as well as an access card from our local police, which also indicates our rights and also the fines that are, you know, allotted if you refuse entry. Definitely one of my most memorable moments with Banner was going to the airport for the first time and getting our first flight, because obviously, you don't really see a lot of dogs on planes very often, so I wasn't sure how it was going to go and how the staff were going to be, but it was just so much fun. We'd already been out once with my guide dog trainer, Ryan, and we'd gone through security together, which is really funny because we walk through together as a pair and they don't bother worrying about the metal detector because there's metal in his harness, so I have to get a pat down, but Banner also has to get a pat down, which is quite funny, and he really put his head up out of the way and didn't lick the security guard, which is very good. I was a bit worried about that. And yeah, he just really enjoyed relaxing and having a carrot mid-flight as his mid-flight snack. Having a guide dog, you feel less disabled and less encumbered, and it's more you've got your independence back and this real sense of freedom and joy when you're out together instead of just anxiety or feeling, awkward. So yeah, he's definitely been life-changing in way too many ways for me to sum up now.